In today's NFL, coaches and coordinators are constantly trying to find ways to outsmart the competition. From no-huddle offenses to the dynamic use of safeties and running backs, there's always something new to watch out for. But the latest bubbles on offense, however, no matter how glamorous, all rely on the offensive line. The prototypical lineman can no longer get by with just sheer size and strength. Agility, athleticism, and an extremely high football IQ are all essential, but above all else for some, versatility. This year's NFL draft is filled with versatile prospects, but there may be none more so than Tulane's John LEGLUE. My name is Jenkins, and this is the second in our series of draft film rooms that partner up with our interviews over at phillysportsnetwork.com. So when we're done grinding down the tape, make sure you click the link in the description to hear from John himself about his journey through Tulane and playing every single position on the offensive line. Before we get started today though guys, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button if you're new around here and slapping that like if you enjoy what we do. Again, we want to build the best Philadelphia sports community possible. We need your help to do so, and of course there's merch below and daily Philadelphia sports content on our website from myself and the rest of our writers at phillysportsnetwork.com. LEGLUE spent 5 years at Tulane, and as somebody that played high school baseball and basketball, traits from both sports can be seen in his play as a collegiate athlete, and it's not really difficult to see why. It's the hand-eye coordination, it's the ability to read and react to different situations, and it's something that he genuinely prides himself on. He wants to be known as a tactician and a technician, and here we see him actually cut down a speed chop, a move that's almost been made famous by DeMarcus Lawrence. That inside arm there, bringing the pass rusher to the ground, that's an insane play to watch back. He's able to bring down that first arm, then get his hand underneath and interlocked. It's so hard to do at full speed, but it's something LEGLUE is able to make look easy. LEGLUE's a man who wants to master his craft. He looks up to guys like Ryan Ramczyk, and you can understand why. The hand placement is always very patient, and if we watch this play back right here, watch how he's almost kind of panda pouring his way through. He doesn't want to wait, he doesn't want to overload his body from top to bottom. He keeps a firm base from out, but those hands never engage until it's absolutely pivotal to do so, and then he sets up shop and is able to keep the pass rusher at bay. It's a great technique to have, and he's just so instinctive. And look at this on his own play, just locks his arm underneath and keeps that block sustained all the way through for the running back to get outside and make a play. But pass pro, if I'm honest, is where he really shines. Although the Tulane offense was very much built around the run game, if we just see how he's able to keep this defensive end running the arc here, stop that counter getting inside by shifting his body weight to maintain a firm base down below, it's just fundamentally sound and a joy to watch when he's trying to really stop those counters and see whatever a pass rusher has to try and throw at him. And there are times when the pass rusher gets through, but you can see he's exhausted every option here. He keeps that wide base, he gets one last push, the quarterback still has time to get the ball out because he's resetting those hands. Now here we see him lined up at right guard. You've got a guy trying to spin move and slip inside. Number 90 is going to try and come down, but again, this is right guard now. He's playing inside. This is a man that's 6'7", 290 pounds, and he's just rolling him. He's stopping him getting through. Back at tackle here, keeps that inside arm at Jack, and it is just really fun to watch him play this position. He keeps panda pouring his way, feeling his way down, gets his hand underneath, and then adjusts his body to what the pass rush is going to do. We saw him at right guard handling a spin move, but what about a raw outside edge rusher? Another good example of it there in a game against Memphis. Now take a look at this in slow motion. Watch those panda paws get on. Now he's engaged, and he keeps him at an arm's length. He's not going to lose that block. Keeps the feet a shoulder width apart, and then while the rest of the play collapses, he was the only one to sustain his block. Here's another example from the same pass rusher, but this time a spin. He's that instinctive. You can see that basketball prowess. He almost sets up a screen there using his back as a shield. Later in the game, we can see that defensive end getting very choppy, trying to move his entire upper body around, and LEGLUE just has absolutely none of it. If we take a look at this again, look at those panda paws, then they set in, and once they're under, you're not getting away. Up and under the technique there. Pass rusher has absolutely no answer for the trademark right tackle. We're going to see another example, top of your screen, another spin move, nothing going on because LEGLUE keeps that same foundation. He's not going to get tricked into a bad decision. He's not going to overload or overreact. He just keeps his feet at that 45-degree angle and lets the defensive end roll off. Here's an impressive run block from LEGLUE. Now it's going to forklift this defensive lineman again, up and under. He sees the cornerback coming down, switches man, provides a little push, and that's all that's needed, knowing that he's got the interior help to allow the running back to break through on a big time run that goes all the way to the house. That's an insane run, but an even better play from the offensive line. Here he is at right guard once again. Look at the sustenance on that block again against number 90, then finishes it and drives him all the way to the ground. You've got to see this one back in slow-mo to truly appreciate just how long he's holding it. So here you can see him again, right guard, so he's the third one in from the top of your screen, engages straight away, hands up and under. There's a little bit of resetting there, keeps a nice firm base, and then drives him all the way back. And even when the running back's coming down, he's willing to get involved and push the pile. He likes getting his hands dirty. He likes being involved in the thick of the action. What about this play? It's 3rd and 3, LEGLUE at the top of your screen. They need an outside rush, and he engages with that defender and just makes it look absolutely easy. If we roll it back, it's all about that up and under. It's a technique that he loves, that he prides himself on with that strong upper body. The defender's flailing with his outside arm to try and get some kind of momentum. He's going to find none of it there, and it's almost, you could say, like running into a wall, and that is the perfect way to describe what we see on this play here. So LEGLUE just absolutely stone blocks against his defensive end. So the pass rushing move comes down, he just stands tall, he's not even going to get budged off his spot. Look at that, it's like running into a wall. The defensive end literally brought to his knees almost to a degree there, and just a fantastic play by LEGLUE. Now sure, there's going to be room for development, and if I'm honest, the one area that I can see being a real focus this offseason is going to be the athletic side of it, the explosiveness and the burst, because when he meets a bull rusher or someone that's going to really test him with speed, that's when he gets knocked off his base, and that's when the hands may not be enough to come through and save the day, especially at the next level. But that's something you can work on. It's something he's currently focusing on during his off-season training program as he gets ready for his pro day at Tulane on March 21st. We see a couple of examples here, like when he's asked to run the arc, he just can't really sustain when it's met with full speed. When it's anything where you're going to be counter moves, when you've got a pass rusher that's going to try and throw something different or get smart with you, that's when LEGLUE's going to shine at his brightest. But when it's just a raw power pass rusher, someone that's going to try and fly by, that's when you can sometimes see some problems, and that would be the one area I would say that scouts are going to be aware of, that coaches are going to be looking at. But if you want a prospect that technically you don't have to do much with, that comes out ready to go outside of the box, that has started 9 games at centre, that has played at guard, that has played at tackle, and has done so very efficiently in one of the most disruptive rushing offenses in the AAC, you're just not going to find that calibre of player in many places. Sure, higher up the draft boards you may find those more athletically or more raw players, like someone like Andre Dillard for instance, who comes with these concerns of that skill set not being fully developed yet. This is the inverse of what we're seeing with John LEGLUE, who has all of those other boxes ticked. It's the more natural and the athleticism side of it which can all be coached up during the off-season and with those specialists. Now, for the Eagles' perspective, we know that Jason Kelsey's contemplating retirement, Brandon Brooks could miss time with an injury, Lane Johnson had injuries this year, and Jason Peters is a complete wild card as to whether or not he will return. The Eagles love versatile linemen, and so do many West Coast offenses. Even if you look further outside of that box, if you look at teams like Tennessee, if you look at what Cleveland are doing, there are many teams that covet that versatility. They like to pull guards, that run whams and trap plays, and I think LEGLUE could be a huge asset to whichever team he lines up on. The question is, which team will that be? I hope you've enjoyed this episode, guys. Please leave a like and hit subscribe if you're new around here. And if you want to see more of this content, make sure you let me know which players you want to see. And don't forget, we've got the interview with John at phillysportsnetwork.com right now. From myself, Liam Jenkins, there's plenty more content where this came from. So I'll see you in the next video.